So you're wondering how to maintain neat, semi-freeform dreads. I got you. Welcome back to the Atreyu Locs channel. Hi, I'm Atreyu, a semi-freeformer who is dedicated to bringing you the best tips to grow a healthy set of locks. If this is your first time, make yourself comfortable. I am glad to have you. So, I got a question from one of you guys relatively recently asking how to maintain neat, semi-freeform locks. Well, let's get right into it. The first tip that I have for you is you already know what I'm gonna say. Yeah, cover those locks at night. Now, I don't care if you are wearing a satin bonnet, a do-rag, a satin or silk scarf, whatever you use to keep your locks in a relatively still or stationary position, that is clutch and it's crucial. Let me explain why. So if you don't cover your locks and you're tossing and you're turning, then you're going to increase the amount of frizz that you have because of the friction between your hair and whatever you're laying on. I presume pillowcase, but maybe it's somebody's skin. I don't know, it ain't my business. So if you keep your hair covered, then you don't have to worry about that friction and that added frizz, and it will make your locks look neater. Now, you might be thinking, well, is silk or satin pillowcase sufficient? I'm gonna say no. It's better than nothing for sure, but while a silk or satin pillowcase definitely helps to reduce the friction, it does not hold your hair down and in place during the night while you're tossing and turning. So if you want to get the maximum neatness that you can, then you want to maybe use a silk or satin scarf. Bonnet is not as ideal as a silk or satin scarf, but a do-rag also works. Tip number 2 is that you can wrap the frizz around the lock. You can just spritz your hair with a light mist of water. You don't need products or anything like that. Just grab the frizz and wrap it around your lock. Start from a section of your hair where there's a lot of frizz, and then just grab the frizz and wrap it around your hair, working down to the tip of the lock. That will definitely help to reduce the amount of frizz and give you a neater appearance. Tip number 3 is to separate your locks. Now you might be wondering, how does separating your locks make them look neater? Well, listen up. If you're separating your locks, then that means that they're not matted together. When they're matted together, they tend to have a flatter, more dull look because everything's just kind of plastered to your scalp. But once you separate your locks, that frees each individual lock, allowing it to kind of be uplifted before it descends. So ultimately you have a fuller look, especially as you get in the area of your scalp, versus everything being matted together and plastered to your scalp. Not cool. So separate your locks, and that will also give you a neat semi-freeform look. Tip number 4 is to do a style, a light style, nothing super tight, right? And with these styles that I'm about to mention, you don't need a retwist. You're semi-freeforming, people. These styles don't require a retwist. So you can do a 2-strand twist. You can do braids. You can do a ponytail. You can do half up, half down. There's so many light styles that semi-freeformers do when they're looking for a neater, more professional look. So that is tip number 4. Do a light style and don't retwist beforehand. Tip 5 is to retwist according to your comfort level. What does that mean, Atreyu? When I say retwist according to your comfort level, that means find a frequency. Figure out how often you want to retwist and make sure you're comfortable with that. So if you retwist only once a year, like I did once, and you didn't like how your locks looked at, say, month 7, and you really wanted to do a retwist at that point, then maybe you shouldn't go a whole year without retwisting. Retwist at your comfort level. So maybe as a semi-freeform locker, you want to retwist every 4 months or every 5 months or every 3 months. It's completely up to you. But that is my suggestion. Make sure you're retwisting at your comfort level. Make sure you find the frequency that works for you so that you are able to maintain neat semi-freeform locks. Just remember, you have all the other things that you can do in between retwists to maintain that neat appearance. To whoever asked this question, I don't remember at this point, thank you for it. And for those of you wondering, yes, I'm still dealing with the seborrheic dermatitis. Yes, my scalp is still itching. Yes, I'm still washing every other day. Today happens to be an off day, thank goodness. And it's still just a lot of work, but it's okay. We are persevering, we're carrying on. I'll give you an update as soon as I have something to report. In the meantime, definitely watch the seborrheic dermatitis videos that I have made thus far if you have not already seen them, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.